Within each of us, there is a flame. Some use that flame to warm themselves, others to burn themselves. That flame can lead us to peace, but it can also scorch everything around us. Today, I will tell you an ancient Zen story. Just a few words, but one that can awaken a lifetime lost in anger. This story is not just about a Zen master and a samurai, but about the journey of each of us when we face negative emotions, anger, and the feeling of being hurt. Once, there was a samurai who was famous for the battles he fought. He was a renowned warrior, undefeated in combat. On the battlefield, he had killed countless people. For him, war was not about defense or liberation, but about proving power. He didn't just fight against his enemies, he fought against his own fears and weaknesses within. But no matter how many people he had killed, or how many victories he had won, he still could not find peace within himself. Every night, nightmares haunted him. The images of the people he had killed, their anguished cries, and the restless souls of the dead continued to torment him endlessly. And every morning when he awoke, he felt an emptiness inside. One day, in his quest for peace, he heard of a famous Zen master known for his ability to enlighten others. With just a single sentence, he decided to visit the Zen master in hopes of finding an answer to the suffering he was enduring. When the soldier met the Zen master, he shouted, "You there, tell me where heaven and hell are. If you can't answer me, I will kill you." The Zen master did not respond, only looked at the soldier with calmness. The soldier, now even angrier, yelled, "Answer me now. If not, I will kill you right here." At this moment, the Zen master remained unafraid. He simply smiled and gently spoke. "Who are you to demand the truth? You are no different from a bloodthirsty butcher." Offended, the soldier immediately drew his sword and prepared to kill the Zen master on the spot. The Zen master looked straight into his eyes and softly said, "That is hell." The entire space seemed to freeze. The soldier paused, and suddenly, he realized something about himself. He realized that he was not just fighting enemies on the battlefield, he was also fighting against himself. He realized that his soul was filled with anger and hatred, and he could not escape from these negative emotions. All the anger and fury he felt at that moment was the hell he had created for himself. The soldier dropped his sword, and with tears in his eyes, he felt as though he had been freed from the rage that had consumed him for so long. Quietly, he asked the Zen master, "Then, where is heaven?" The Zen master smiled and gently replied, "Right in this moment, you have entered heaven." They are states of mind. When we are angry, attached, and focused on winning or losing, we are burning ourselves. These negative emotions create a hell within our soul, making us live in stress, frustration, and discomfort. If we continue living with these emotions, we will never find peace. On the other hand, when we let go of anger, see ourselves clearly, and bow to the truth, we enter a completely different state of mind. That is heaven. Heaven is not a faraway place. It is a state of the soul, where we can attain peace and happiness in the present moment. In our daily lives, we often fall into states of anger and dissatisfaction, creating small hells within our soul. Let's imagine some common situations where we often create our own hell in life. Anger in the family. After a tiring day at work, you return home to find your children not listening, your spouse not helping, and dinner not prepared. At this moment, frustration and anger begin to rise. You may want to scold, complain, or blame. But do you realize that at this moment, you are creating a hell in your family? The harsh words will hurt others and prevent you from feeling the love within your own home. However, if you pause, breathe deeply, and instead of anger, you choose to understand and empathize with everyone's difficulties, you will experience heaven within yourself, a place of peace and love in your family. Anger at work. When a colleague fails to complete their work on time, you may feel angry and frustrated. You might want to criticize or blame them, but will this really solve the problem? If you don't control your emotions, you will lose your clarity, and the situation might worsen. Instead, you can choose to solve the problem calmly, talk to your colleague, and find a mutual solution. This not only helps the work progress, but also creates a positive working environment where heaven is present in every action and decision. Anger in friendships. Let's say you have a longtime friend, and one day you hear that they have done something that disappoints you. You feel hurt and angry. This feeling can lead to conflict and the loss of a friend. But anger will not help you resolve the issue. Instead of anger, you can choose to forgive and listen to your friend. Forgiveness not only helps you heal your wounds, but also strengthens the relationship. Letting go of anger and understanding others is how you step into the heaven of friendship. Anger is not something we have to carry throughout our lives. When we hold on to negative emotions, we are creating hells within ourselves. But when we learn to let go and forgive, we can create a heaven in our hearts where peace and love can grow and flourish. The choice is always in your hands. Every time you feel anger, remember that you can let it go and choose peace. This will help you escape the inner hell that you've created for yourself and step into heaven in this very life. Have you ever said, "I am living in hell," but has anyone locked you in it? Or is it your own mind that is doing that? We create our own hell every day when we forget to breathe, forget patience, forget to listen. A sudden burst of anger, a thoughtless word, or a moment of arrogance can pull us into hell in the blink of an eye. But just 1 second to look back, 1 second to let go of anger, 1 second to understand someone else, heaven opens up. Close your eyes for 15 seconds. Take a deep breath. Breathe out slowly. Ask yourself, where am I? Am I in the hell of anger or in the light of awakening? Hell is not after death. Hell begins with the thoughts of anger in our hearts.